So why are you running again? Well, why do you want to do this again?
A bunch of different reasons. First of all, I still love the job.
Sorry.
So, I still love doing the job. I work with great people. The staff, the council people who are still with me, the people I represent, and that aspect of it never changed. We're getting a lot of work done. We're moving, all parts of the city are moving in the right direction. Both in terms of new construction, the effect of, a long time of, real good record on public safety. The town's gotten a lot safer. The entire housing authority's been rebuilt, virtually the entire housing authority, other than the senior citizen high rises, it's all been rebuilt. We're seeing all the positive impacts on that. We see so many things coming to fruition right now that have been, Broadway being a major one, that is, we've been moving that ball forward, we're right there now. That's
What's
actually
going on there, Mayor? Because that's where your opponents say
my
is the
opponents
weak point.
considering that two of them have been on the council for the last 8 years, they're shockingly ignorant or misrepresenting what's going on. The quick version of it is that the developer who has paid the city about $4 million in the last 12 months, bringing taxes current, paying for property that was acquired years before paying off on a mortgage, spent $2 million demolishing it, all within the last year, and is about to come before the council with plans ready to be approved. And I would have told you, if you had asked me this question 13 months ago, I would have said, not very much, and we're still fighting with them. And we've had this great 180 degree turnaround where we're now seeing what we want. I mean, just in terms of the financial benefits to the city, the taxes have been behind. They brought those current. That was about $600,000. They owed us $1.2 million for land acquisition. They paid that. They owe us another just short of $1 million. That's not due yet. They're going to pay that. They spent $2 million and demolished several blocks of property. There were these decrepit, unsafe structures that had to come down. They came down. They gave us the land for $1 for the summer, and we used it for parking. We made about another $1 million off of that. Their plans for going forward are being presented to the council next week. Has it been a struggle to get them there? Yeah, it has. But none of this, is thought to be easy. You want to build a pier, you want to revitalize a town, you want to build parks, you want to make it safer. I mean, none of what we're describing is easy. And Long Branch is complicated. Long Branch is diverse. Long Branch, in every sense of the word. You've got some of the richest people, you've got urban poverty, you've got every different race, class of people you could imagine in our town. Keeping everybody on the same page and moving them forward is a tough job. So where's Broadway going? Broadway's moving in the right direction. And I'm thrilled by it. It was always the challenge. When we started the plans to revitalize the city, the feeling amongst myself and the then council was, we want to get Broadway moving, because that's what everybody in town always talked about. And our planner then looked at us and said, Broadway comes after the oceanfront, because you're going to have a hard enough time getting people to do the oceanfront. You're not going to get them to do Broadway first. Then in the interim, you had the economic collapse of 2008, which was just short of a depression in this country. You've had and a redevelopers agreement that failed because of it. You had all sorts of land ownership and eminent domain issues. You had to build a consensus of what people wanted to have to do there. And you also had the economy completely change. When we started redevelopment in the mid-90s, I didn't have the internet in my house. I didn't shop. I don't shop online now, but I certainly didn't do it then. Nobody did. Now, your whole retail market is different. The whole playing field is different than it was. And we're still moving it forward. So you ask why I want to do this again? I want to get it done. I want to keep working on it. And if it sounds arrogant, too bad. I'm by far the best person to do it.
It's a rematch. You ran against John Pallone once
No,
before.
he ran against me. Let's be really clear about this. I got elected, he was a running mate, and he almost instantly in 1991, less than a year in office, said, I want to run against Schneider the next time. I did exactly what I set out to do, which was to put together a team that would work together for the betterment of the city. And I did that. He just was never part of it. He wasn't in 90, and from 94 to 2010, we got a lot of work done working together. He came back, he left town and came back in 2010, and then he told everybody and said it very clearly, I'm never going through that again, I'm not running against Adam again, I want to just be part of a team and work together. And he has yet to articulate a reason about why he's doing this. And the only reason we've heard out of his mouth is, one, he wants to be mayor, and B, he doesn't owe us, his teammates, his alleged friends, he doesn't owe us an explanation. And he's been running for mayor for a year now and has yet to say why. He can't point to a policy difference, he can't point to a decision, and for the most part, he's voted for everything. He's voted for 8 straight budgets, which the last 2 years didn't raise taxes. He's voted for almost every single redevelopers agreement, almost everything else we've done. So he's running against me, and he's made this decision to break up what was a team that was getting a lot accomplished, and it's the second time he's done it.
The case that I've heard allies of his try to make in the last number of days, Mayor, is that you've been too friendly with Republicans. What do you say to that?
I'm friendly with everybody. I don't know who he's referring to or who you're talking to. I'd be interested if somebody would want to put a name to that claim. I got along with just about everybody from now Phil Murphy to, he's the governor today, Jim Florio. When I got elected, I got along with Governor Whitman. I got along with Jim McGreevey. I got along with Chris Christie. My job is to represent the citizens of Long Branch to the best of my ability. And I don't care who's helping me, in the sense that if they're going to help Long Branch, I'm interested. If they're not, then I'm not. I don't really care Democrat or Republican. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm a Democrat, what my politics are on a national level. But I tend to leave them at the door because I don't think my opinion about most issues really impact the local decisions that I make. Sometimes they do because some of the decisions have to do with values and a belief structure, and some of them are just dollars and cents and what roads are we going to pave and what land are we looking to acquire for parks, or how many more cops can we fit into this year's budget. Those aren't necessarily partisan issues. Our elections are very specifically not partisan elections, and I'm fine with that. And I try not to run a partisan town. I have served with Democrats and Republicans, and will continue to. I don't know who's saying what Republicans I'm not supposed to be friendly with or what Democrats I'm not friendly enough with, but that's okay.